Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the farm. She's a beauty of a morning this morning. Not too cloudy. The sun's coming up just nice and orange like that. It's a little crisp still. But rumor has it, it's going to warm up to like +5 this morning. Maybe this white stuff can just disappear. That'd be great. How do you know? I don't mind a little snow cover, but I'm kind of done with it. We've had 3 years where we really haven't had much, if anything, for a winter. And this year it's just kind of, we've actually had a winter and I'm so done with it. I just, if he doesn't smarten up soon, I'm just going to take money I don't have and book a trip to Mexico, I think. But not yet, because I got to get over to the barn. We're still in the middle of lambing. We did have a set of twins there last night about 11 o'clock. So just going to go check, see how they're doing, see if anybody else has lambed, and open up the door so they can go frolic in the sunshine. Around this time of year, it gets a little hard in here to quickly... Okay, have we had any new ones? Have we not had any new ones? The barn gets a little packed because not only do we have these big old ladies, but now we're starting to get lambs in there that are a couple weeks old. They're putting on some weight, right? Anyways, why are you laying like that? Hopefully you're just waking up. These are the two we had yesterday. Looking good. What do we got over here? All these ones got ear tags. Yeah, it looks like all we had last night was these ones. So we'll get the door open. They can go out, stretch their legs, have a little frolic in the sunshine. So I'm going to have a rapid intervention here. That one lamb is down. I just put my hand in, so it's my finger inside of its mouth. Its tongue is cold. So that's a pretty good indicator. It's cold and hypothermic. Maybe didn't get up and have a drink last night. Who knows? But anyways, I'm going to get the lamb warmer warmed up. I'm going to go mix up a bottle of colostrum. Nice warm milk. I give it some glucose. It's pancake syrup. But works just as well. It's kind of a miracle thing for us. But anyways, I'll get it some food in its belly and get it warmed up. And get this thing turned around. Because so far, this year, we have had a zero mortality rate. And I don't want to take a 1 just because it's cold outside. So those little lambs, when they're only a couple days old like that, they've got no fat to keep them warm. So the only thing that really keeps them warm is energy. So they've either got to be kept warm with a heat lamp or a toasty warm barn, which it is a little on the chilly side this morning. They got to eat. That's the thing. So they skipped a meal for whatever reason. That's not good. Anyways, if you come across this yourself, get some glucose in it, get some colostrum in it, get some energy flowing before you start to warm it up. I mean, if it's wet, sure, get it dried off, but don't throw it under a heat lamp for an hour and try to get it revived and then give it food, because it's like trying to jumpstart a car with a dead battery and you actually go backwards. So make sure it's got some energy to pull from and then apply the heat. And you want to do this in pretty quick order. So we got this little lady in the laundry basket here now. She was completely flat out. We got about 180 mils of colostrum into her. Put her in front of the fireplace for a little bit. And then we've moved her now under the heat lamp. And I also got the wife's hair dryer. Problem is, there's different ways you can warm up a lamb, right? So heat lamp's one way, but I mean, you're really only warming one side. You want to get warm everywhere, so that's why I use the hair dryer. Space heater, I mean, limited ability to direct concentrated flow. It just kind of goes everywhere, right? You're just kind of blowing hot air into the whole house. Heat blankets are good. You can get all sides covered, but again, you can get too hot and accidentally burn something. But anyways, we got it to a point where it's holding its head up you can see it's shivering quite a bit there. So we've gone from being hypothermic to now mild hypothermia. And we're going to keep it in the basket. And as of course, as it's shivering here, it's burning energy. So keeping some sugar, keeping some electrolytes, keeping some colostrum flowing into this lamb, pretty critical, right? So we're looking for 200 mils per kilogram in every 24 hours. So the next day, we're going to keep this in. We're going to resist the urge to try and return it to its mother. That's, I think, a mistake we've made in the past, is we get it to a point where it's holding its head up and it's sucking, and then we kick it back outside, and 4 hours later we find it, 4 or 6 hours later we find it laying there flat out again, and then there's just no recovery. And we haven't stayed in the lamb hospital long enough. So there is one other way that you can use to warm up these lambs, and that's a warm water bath. I generally don't recommend the warm water bath. 2 reasons. Ergonomically, oh my gosh, how awful is that, having to lean over the bathtub and hold this thing above water so that it doesn't drown? Maybe it's 3 reasons actually. So the second reason is, the minute you pull it out of the water, you've got to aggressively dry it so that it doesn't chill right away, right? So you're there rubbing with towels and hair dryers and the whole 9 yards. And that's a bit of a process, and you can everything you make up, you can 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. The third reason is you potentially risk washing off all of the original scent off of that lamb. So when you go to return to the dam, it can be kind of a rocky reunion essentially. Anyways, my wife was asking me when I came in here, she's like, well, why are you feeding it? Why aren't you trying to warm it up first? And so lambs that have already been up and sucked, and then they've gone backwards, and now they're laying flat out and they're not sucking, and they're clearly cold tongue, the whole 9 yards. They got 2 things going on. It's not just hypothermia. It's actually an advanced state of hypoglycemia. So if you warm them up first and then try to give them sugar, maybe you don't even get to the point where you're able to get them sugar. They can, for sure, not always, but they can go into convulsions essentially and just die, right? So really important that you get that glucose into them first. Now, you saw me earlier, I got the big syringe. I just give them a little bit of pancake syrup in and around their tongue. The other thing you can do is you can give them dextrose solution, and you give them an injection kind of right up in the tummy there. We've never done that. Maybe that's one thing we could try, but I don't think we're at a point where we need to do that. We don't need to have that aggressive level of an intervention here today, but it is an option. It looks like our little lamb friend there is feeling a lot better. A couple hours under the heat lamp, a couple bottles of colostrum. Seems to do the trick. That is not the only animal that we're warming up today. No, we're also warming up some beef. This is a top sirloin roast that has been slow cooking in Worcestershire sauce, apple cider, a whole thing of garlic. What else did I put on there? Salt and pepper, I think. 16 hours. This is going to be tonight's supper, so it's going to be like 20 hours total in the slow cooker. Talk about, it's going to be melting your mouth. Got some fresh buns. We're probably going to just go through this whole bag tonight. Yeah, so if your animals are cold, bring them inside. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to let you go for now. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.